Hello, guys. Um, I haven't made a video in a couple days. Life has been fucking crazy, but here I am. I'm back, and I was trying to rack my brain. I was like, I'm feeling kind of creatively void at the moment, and that just sort of happens with people. At least I'm saying when it comes to videos, I feel a little bit. I felt a little bit creatively. Just there wasn't a lot of fight stuff going on, and there wasn't a lot of gaming news that I was too interested in. I was just, I don't know. Didn't know what to talk about, but something's been on my mind today and yesterday, and it pertains to like the big scary conversation of AI and art and that whole thing. And it got me racking my brain because I think we are putting a lot of stock into how big of a threat AI is. And I'm here today. I want to present ideas to you guys. I want to present thoughts. Some of them you're probably going to disagree with. Some of them you might agree with, but let's have a fucking conversation. Let's learn. Let's see what we can get into. All right. So I think the threat of AI is it's scary right now because there's a lot of uncertainty and there's a lot of questions, and a lot of people aren't sure where this is all going to go, and that's totally understandable. I actually think this is an incredible test. I think this is a good thing to happen. Now, let me explain, okay? There's this idea I have, which isn't original probably, but the idea of pendulums in life, like, for example, and I'm not going to get fucking political, okay? But America, I would say, went through a political pendulum of being incredibly far left, and now it's swung incredibly far right. Now, whatever side you're on, I don't care. This is just an observation. And I think that's true for a lot of instances. I think that balance is an important thing in life, in the universe. I think things end up balancing themselves out somehow. And I think that will still happen with this whole craze of AI. And as it pertains to artists, that's what I'm going to speak from. I don't know. I'm not really into like other industries that AI is becoming a part of, machinery and things of that nature. I can't speak for that, so I apologize, but I can speak for what I've seen and experienced in art is seeing AI video games, AI music, AI pictures, things of that nature. And it turns me off personally. I don't like it. Um, I am on the side of pro-human art, if that's what it's called. That's how I feel. I feel weird when AI is in video games. It bothers me. AI art, to be specific. AI music, I don't have any interest in listening to because it's not coming from human expression. That's what I value in art. And this is gonna be a pretentious ass conversation. Did I say that yet? I don't know. But fucking, if you're here, bear with me with it, okay? You probably care about this shit. Um, so there's a big threat and perceived threat. And yeah, I'm not really into the AI stuff that much, but I do think it's going to continue to grow. It's going to continue to get more and more. But what I think people aren't thinking of, and it's strange to me, I feel people are expecting, I'm going to say us, I'd consider myself a creative. People are thinking creatives are just going to like roll over and get fucked by AI essentially, right? Like we're just gonna let AI take over. Yeah, okay, we can't do anything about it. Like, I don't think that's the way things are gonna go personally. I think, like the political pendulum, I think we're gonna get really far with AI. Corporate greed is a real thing. I think they're gonna really use this AI stuff to do as much as they can for the bottom line. And it's going to go really, really far. And at times it's going to feel very, very hopeless. But I think that has to swing back the other way eventually, whether it's 5 years from now, 10 years from now, tomorrow, 100 years from now. I don't know. I think that has to swing back. And I'm a romantic thinker. I have to believe it's going to swing back because as that grows, that the conversations about AI, about human art becoming non-existent, I think the other side of that, which is us, which is people creating things, sharing thoughts, sharing art, I think that is just going to grow as well. And I think it has to. I think people are underestimating creatives and think they're just going to roll over and let this happen. I don't think that's the case. I think it's actually a perfect time to start making things in the midst of all this, to actually create shit, because we fucking have to. Like, we're fighting for, and this sound, I don't care if this sounds cheesy, okay? We're fighting for fucking humanity, really. Like, human art, shit that touches your fucking heart and soul and your being, like the shit that means a lot to us, you know? And we have to fight for it. I think it'll be somewhat of creative war, and that leads me to think it'll be somewhat of a modern, like, Renaissance period. I think that battle will create such an influx of creatives and even new people trying their hand at expressing themselves in different ways. That's something I'm looking forward to. I gotta say, I think it'll be such an influx because, what did I say? Influx? Such an influx of people, creatives, making things. It's literally going to be a modern day renaissance. And that to me is fascinating. Because at the end of the day, I do think people care. There's a weird narrative going around that people aren't going to care. It's just a consumer at the end of the day. They don't care whether it's made by a person or robot. I don't think that's true. I think we're being naive in that sense. Um, I actually had a lot of thoughts about this topic, and I took notes, and because sometimes my mind runs in like a million different directions at once, but I don't think these fears should make you hesitate about making things because you think it'll be pointless, because you think AI will be in charge. I don't think that's the case, guys. I really don't. They're gonna try to strip us of our humanity and take our ideas away, but there's not a better time to be alive as an artist. We have instant access to each other, to communicate with each other, to learn from each other, to experience everyone's things that they're putting out. At the fucking in our pockets, we have access to all the music in the world, fucking all the TV, all the paintings and drawings, and we have a whole bunch of history to look back on as well. I feel like a lot of people think maybe we're creatively void at the moment, but I think there's just so much to learn from that it's overwhelming. There's so many examples, so many things to look at, to appreciate, that it's overwhelming. And me personally, I'm 22 years old. I've spent so much time looking and appreciating, and I'm going to do that forever. But now it's time, I feel, to start creating things. And I want you guys to create things as well, whoever's watching. But we've never had so much access to fucking philosophy and everything. Like, there's so much to learn, and this, I think, leads to a modern Renaissance era where things like YouTube, things like social media, everyone is getting their own individual platform, creating their own place to present these things. And I think that's awesome. And it's weird because nowadays you see more and more, even though society has kind of told us You need to be a specialist in things. You need to work hard at one thing only and be incredibly productive. Otherwise, you're like a worthless piece of shit human. Um, we see more and more people who do multiple things, who are YouTubers, who do athletics and who make music and who act and who design clothes and things like that. We see more and more of a rise of that. And I think the more people get online because they don't maybe relate to the current way of thinking, or just because they find communities online, I think the more and more they'll find their own communities of, artists and share ideas, continue to share ideas, and more, they'll see more people doing multiple things, and it'll inspire them to do the same. And it'll be like a fucking modern day Renaissance era. I mean, am I crazy thinking this type of thing? I don't know. I can just see the world going towards this way. And as corporate greed rises and fucking AI slop rises, we're also going to have that other side. And it's going to be, hopefully, what I think, knock on wood, a beautiful time to be an artist and an incredible era of fucking expression. And I'm excited for that. I am excited for that. And I hope to be a part of that when it happens. And yeah, this is an idea I would like to flesh out more in the future, because there's just so much here. And this is a really big conversation, of course. I mean, it's been going on for the last couple of years in everything, right? And so, yeah, whether you agree with these thoughts or disagree or think it's fucking stupid, let's discuss it, okay? Let's talk about these things. Let's try to find some answers to some questions and help each other learn. So, I apologize if this video was weird or fucking rambly. I'm becoming more comfortable doing this, but this is a new sort of topic of me that I'm still learning about, doing more, delving into these huge questions. I'm not used to using my words for these type of things. These are things that I think about a lot, but putting the words out is kind of foreign to me. So we'll see how this goes. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Modern Renaissance era, it's going to be an interesting time as the years progress. I'm very much looking forward to see what happens. And yeah, let's see. So let me know what you guys think. Let's discuss. Have a good day.